What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl Fabi, and I'm back with another video, guys. As you can see, I'm not alone today, so which means we are doing a sit-down video with my brother. It's been a minute since I last posted a video. I was supposed to post video back to back, as I mentioned in the last video, but some things happened with the phone that I'm using to post videos that they're not loading. I have a bunch of videos in my storage, but like I can't post any of those videos. So anyways, long story short, let me just introduce my brother. Actually, I'll give him the stage to introduce himself. Welcome.
Yo, it's your boy Baron. Now, welcome to this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And you subscribe and follow, and leave your comment.
You had him, guys. Subscribe and follow. So anyway, guys, we had to open into the trending video that have been going on TikTok. We listen and we don't judge, but my brother does not know the topic we're gonna be talking about, but just know the title of the conversation, but he doesn't know how do I even say it. He knows we are doing a video. I didn't tell him the title, and I didn't tell him like what we're gonna be talking about. But anyway, guys, the title is gonna be like, we listen and we don't judge. I'm gonna make this, or I'll take this conversation into deep convo, which is not even ready for, because listen, guys, me and my brother, we never sat down and had like deep conversations, and I feel like this is the first time in a lifetime. Are you ready for that, or I should go easy on you?
I'm ready.
I mean, any question that you don't feel like you can answer, just don't answer it. You have a choice, but if you can, that would be great. Yeah, if you're ready, let me know and we can start with it.
Yeah, sure, I'm ready.
All right, let's just start up with you growing up. How was life growing up? Like, I know you as a person, but like, I don't know some of the challenges you went through growing up, like from birth and you starting school and till now.
I think growing up is mostly for us in Africa. It's kind of roller coaster, you know. Sometimes you're on a high, sometimes you're on a low, and most of it doesn't have to be related to family stuff, but personally, growing up as a guy, as a man, mostly in places like Kenya, yeah, in Africa in general, it's hard. Mostly growing up in a country that's not your original country, and not having connections to, let's say, things that you might have wanted to do but wasn't able to do because of the situation or circumstances, and yeah, overall I think one or another it taught me a different way of living with people, living in life, and not everything is good everywhere. Like, there's a lot of downs that people don't see, you know. And yeah, I think it was kind of challenging, you know. For a person like me who like to go out, have fun, you know, drink a little bit, smoke a little bit. You need to earn that money, you know. And people wouldn't understand how you can afford to go out on a weekend, you don't work, you don't do shit, but like, you gotta be a hustler.
Exactly, but it's a good thing actually you mentioned about like going out and stuff. What was it like growing up in an African home whereby most African parents will let you go out, especially like clubs and all that stuff? Like, how was it like? How did you get away with that?
African parents don't let you go out. You let yourself go out. The question is how you getting home back at night, you know? So it's hard, eh? Sometimes you have to sleep out and then come explain the next day where you slept, or jump through the washroom window.
Come back inside.
Whenever your
Like
dad
playing
asks
cat
you,
and dogs with your
I know.
parents, whenever they're not around and you're like sneaking inside.
Whenever your dad or mom ask you, like, what time did you get back home? Like, I was home. You know, you can't even tell the time because, like, damn, bro, you went through the washroom, you know. So yeah, we were never allowed to go out. Like, it wasn't our parents' permission to go out. It's ours. Like, it's the life we chose to live. Like, to ignore sometimes the advices of the disadvantages of going out from our parents and all. But as a man, it's like a baby. It's when you tell a baby not to do something, they want to do it to prove to themselves, like, why is my dad or my mom telling me not to do this? So it's like, as much we say we grow up, sometimes we don't grow up. Like, we just grow tall, beards, and all. But yeah,
I feel like you're grown up now.
Yeah, but you're still sneaking, so that's not actually grown up.
I mean, I get it. Anyways, let's now talk about friends. So how's your like friend life when you're growing up? Like when you're in elementary school and high school, like, do you think your friends influence you to do some stuff that you think you wouldn't have done yet? I mean, then, or you think it was personal choice to do them?
I think it's personal choice. For as much as our African parenting, our friends influence us to do some things that we do. At the end of the day, it's our choice, because a friend can give you a gun and ask you to shoot somebody and you just pull the trigger just for the sake of my friend told me to do it. But like, you gotta think about it. Why should I kill that person? Like, what are the consequences of me shooting that person? I can't say my friend influenced me to do anything that I'm doing in life. I think it was a life decision. And to mention one, it's let's say like smoking. I was hanging out with friends that smoke weed for a very long time. But like, whenever they smoke, it's not like they'll give me to smoke or whatever, but like, I just look at them, like, I'm not like, I don't have any problem with them, because like, they're not causing any problems with me. And then like, and my circle of friends are never big, they're always small, all like since I've been growing up. And I'm like, I can say I actually influenced some of my friends to start smoking weed. So
you were the influence.
Well, I didn't mean it to. It's like I said, I give you the gun, and I can ask you to pull the trigger. It's up to you to decide if you're gonna pull the trigger or not.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is my life, bro. Like, yeah, I do smoke weed. Like, I'm not asking to smoke, and if you have never smoked, I'll give you the option first.
Yeah.
If you haven't done it, don't do it, bro.
Exactly.
But if you insist of doing it, then I can't force you not to do it.
That's actually true. Anyways, let's get into this one. I feel like most people have questions or answers or like debate about this one. What's your take on how African parents raise their kids? Like, in terms of they're not giving their kids freedom to do certain things on their own, like give you like freedom to like they just go out to like do something, and then like they don't show love. Most of them don't show love in the house. Like, you can't see your parents hugging or like just doing a peck kiss on the forehead or something. Most of the African parents, they do like what we called like hard. Is it hard love, or how do you call it?
Yeah.
Is it hard love? They don't show it to you, but in some ways they show it to you. Like they show like they hate you, but they love you in some ways. I don't know how to explain that, but what do you think about how they raise their kids? Like, you can't do this. Most African parents, they feel embarrassed actually to sit down with their kids and tell them about like sex and all that stuff. They feel like it's embarrassing for me to sit with my daughter. Like, you're growing up, you're gonna, like, adolescence is there, right? You're gonna be seeing boys, and if you're a guy, you'll start going after girls and all that stuff. I feel like they feel embarrassed just to have those conversations, and I'm not sure why they do that. That's why you find most African girls go outside and try to learn those things on their own, because they don't have anybody at home to tell them, hey, when you go out there, like, you do ABCD, there's protection, there's this and this and this. That's why most girls, they drop off schools, because they have early pregnancies and all that stuff, because they didn't have mentors and all that stuff. I'm not saying all of that is due to parenthood, but like, I feel like most of the time parents do how do you even say that? Parents do, like, they play a big role in that. Like, what's your take off on the on that?
I think for somehow it's actually good the way they do it, but sometimes they exaggerate on doing it. You know, like you might be on your 20s, 20 something. Well, if you're still with your parents, of course, they're still going to tell you what not to do. But I think it's good because for some reason is when they ask you not to be out late, it's because they know like you being out late, a lot of things happens that late night. You know, like people getting into robberies, like you know, you go out with friends, some friends are not so real. You know, like they get you drunk, do some shit, you know. It's like that the point that your mom or your dad tells you don't come home late. You know, because it's those late hours that like everything that our African parents considers evil, that's when it happens.
But let me just kind of, sorry, I said, but I feel sometimes they do exaggerate on that. Sometimes, like, I mean, I get your point, like them saying don't be out late, which makes sense, especially for females. Like, you can't be out late. It doesn't make any sense, to be honest. But I feel like you can have certain time you have to be out. Like, you know, like if you tell your kid, hey, go out and just let me know where you are, let me know who you're going out with, you know, like at least if something happened, I know who to reach out to. Like, just trust your kids, you know, trust them and they'll trust you. If they have any questions, like they'll be free and they feel like comfortable to come to you and talk to you about it. But if I'm coming to you and be like, hey mom or hey dad, can I just go hang out with my friend? You're like, no, blah, blah, blah. Everything I ask you is all the time, it's always no, no, no. You know what I'm gonna do? Like, I go to school, right? You're not with me 24/7. I'll be like, you know what? Let me just skip school today and just go hang out with my friend because I don't get that chance to go do so. Even though it's weekend, they don't let you have that, at least a little bit of freedom for you to make mistake. You know?
And that's why I said sometimes they exaggerate because trying to look at it this way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He like places like America and Canada, like kids have freedom to do whatever they want. What are the chances of them growing up to be something big in life? That's why you see most of them nowadays with the freedom that their parents give them. You see, some of them like without freedom, they change a lot. They become like you see girls doing OnlyFans and all, you know, like
Yeah.
that's not something that your parent can be proud of. You know, like I'm not saying like it's their business, you know, like I'm not judging, but that's not something that your parent can say I'm proud of. I was watching a video of a kid's the mother allowed the kid to transform from a boy to a girl. Even if the dad supported it, but like his face expressions said something else.
Yeah.
Because freedom, you know, like yes, you need freedom, but like how much freedom do you want? Like what do you do with that freedom? You know, like is it something productive? You know, if it's something productive, then like I don't think any parents can stop you from doing whatever you're doing if it's actually productive and it's helping you somehow in life. I'm not saying the girls that are doing OnlyFans, they're getting money out of it, but at what cost? You know, those are the same people that they reach a certain age, like no man wanna marry you. You know what I mean? Because why should I? Like,
Exactly.
how can I make you my wife? You know, like you're a trade, you're
Well,
like a joint. You know?
But I feel like with this century, things have changed. You know, like before, like they say those girls are like, you know, like all to themselves. Most guys will go after that. I feel like the tables have switched. Like you find nowadays, like most girls that are out there, they get like marriages and all that stuff earlier or like ahead of time than those girls that like keep themselves. They don't do like, you know, this kind of, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know, maybe just me, like, but
they get into
I've
marriages.
seen that a lot, to be honest. Like,
They
you
get-
feel those girls that like they expose themselves a lot. They get like marriages and all that stuff, and you find a girl that they're just like home and just doing, you know, ABCD whatever. They don't expose themselves that much. They're just there at home. They don't have anybody. I don't know why is that, like.
Because do you understand the reason why divorce is there for marriages like those.
I feel like
Because,
everybody
listen,
do divorce.
listen,
Doesn't matter
no.
if you're perfect
No.
or not. Like,
no, there's some people who have history together, 50s, 40s, whatever, how many years together, because of those environment they grew up in, you know. So like, you know, like
Women.
Tiba, so